Nowadays we are coming across this hair botox. People are reaching out to this Google Baba and they come up with sir, hair botox, can you do a hair botox to us?
So
what is it actually?
So in a larger term, for every patient, maybe not just a patient but anybody for that matter, who would like to have their hair more relaxed. Sometimes of course people are not very convinced and happy to enjoy their wavy, curly or maybe sometimes the hair is unmanageable or they are very frizzy, so they would want to straighten their hair. Of course, straightening technique is well known as either a cysteine or a keratin treatment in the salon industry. But they twisted the word which doctors used for face and muscle relaxing, Botox, to the hair as well. So the hair Botox, as the word suggests, is nothing but a lighter version of using cysteine on the hair. It is not something very permanent or last longer, like how a keratin or cysteine lasts for maybe six months. This may last you about a month, but it will relax your hair and make it still look very natural and nice and much manageable. But to me, I would say a hair Botox is something where you can actually do a hairline reduction. Now, what do I mean by that? You can actually start putting dots into the frontalis muscle with micro dots, I would say, maybe about 12 to 14 this side and similarly that side, almost reaching up to the tragus, just about an inch above. And in the frontalis muscle, when you give actual botulinum toxins, which is known, of course, as the Botox thing in the cosmetic industry and aesthetic industry, that can help you lower your hairline. Which is a very unique thing. This is what even I was very excited when I learned this technique, that can I actually enjoy having to reduce the patient's hairline also by doing Botox.
Do you get any weird requests from your clients, some funny requests if they might? I'll just tell one of my clients. This client had a full head of hair, but he had no beard, he had no moustache. He had a little fine hair on the moustache area. So when he came to my office, I was thinking that he'll be worried about beard area, maybe thickening about the moustache area. So I was expecting that from him, and he came and asked me, "Sir, I want a hair transplant." I said, "Okay, let us say." Then he asked me, "I want hair over my chest." So this was really funny, and he wanted me to take out hair from the scalp and then place them on the chest. I said, why do you want? He said, that's what my girlfriend is asking.
Yes.
So
that's a demand actually, because I was in Dubai practicing with New Heart long back in 2008 and 9, and they're Filipinos, they are the ones who are the workforce in Dubai for quite some places. So this guy just jumped into a clinic and got a hair transplant done on his chest. So we did take hair from the back of his scalp. Of course, we tried to take more softer ones from the nape and around. And we put about say 150 to 700 roughly all total grafts, 150 around the nipple, around 700 to 800 grafts on each side, so around total of 15-1700 grafts we planted all over. And we did instruct him that look, this hair are head hair, they're going to grow longer, and they actually grow long like this. And then he realized that we would part in two and probably make two chotis out of it. That was the laughter for decades. I think we could never stop the story, because the story was like a thing known to every doctor in the company. And we made so much fun of this. How did he even think of doing that? Probably creating braids on your chest. I can't imagine too.
So you've been in this field since like more than 16 years, I believe.
Absolutely.
So what is the most rewarding thing for you since you started?
So frankly, I remember this beautiful saying from one of my patients that, he called me one fine day from Toronto, Canada, and he said that, "Doctor, I see you every day in the morning in the mirror." I said, "In what mirror? What am I doing there?" So that when I get up and I see my hairline and see my hair, that's what I relate to, and I see you. So that felt so nice, that there's such high appreciation. But of course, I did not mention that to him, that look, you rather remember your wife more than remembering me, because otherwise she's going to hate you more for that, because you're remembering somebody not that strictly required to. So that was a very beautiful statement from him, that I see you, and I think that gave me a very assured energy to be able to, so I just purposely call myself a hairline design specialist. And why do I say that? Because I feel that if you create the naturalness in the hairline, and what one sees in the when you just walk away from your eyebrows and you walk straight up to your forehead, what you see is that fortress that is built, that wall that is built, has to be so natural, and that naturalness is when we can create something with the aesthetic sense that you have, and the understanding of the whole subject. It's very rewarding, and that's what I love the word ICU, and I like that. Yeah.
Great. They say that if you can explain your concept or your idea to a 5-year-old child, then you actually mastered it. So if you had to explain about hair restoration or SMP in a very simplest and funniest and in as less words as possible, how would it be? How would you describe it?
So personally, I always have been starting my conversations or with my patients or clients, you can say, that hair transplant is nothing but rearranging follicles from the areas which you have them to the area which you don't. So it could be the reverse of it also. So if you area which you have them to the area which you don't. So you can always, it's just rearranging. So then it's a very simple way to put up the whole thing, that yeah, you can have hair grown wherever you like to grow. So very simply I would just say that rearrange them.
Yes. Yeah, we can say that. Rearranging your hair.
Rearranging your hair, that's it. We just rearrange, yeah. We're not growing new, of course, because transplant is not about growing new hair. It's purely just rearranging however you want to arrange them.
Yeah. If you had only one piece of advice if you wanted to give to a prospective client of a hair transplant or SMP, what it would be?
I would tell them that take a step. Because if you don't advance in your technologies that we are using today to give you a very fuller looking scalp, and with this technology, of course, with scalp micropigmentation, you can forego the use of fiber, or you can forego the use of other artificial means of camouflaging, which is going to be more like user friendly, where you can easily use the sauna steam, or you can use the swimming pool, or you can use the gym very easily without having to worry about something dripping off your head or you looking very funny. So I think it gives you the right confidence, builds in the expectation that the surgeon usually has built in already for you, where you are promised a fuller head of hair, and if they can give you that, what next? I think SMP is the way to go.
If any of our viewers wanted to reach out to you or connect to you, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can just Google me. I think by the name Dr. Avinash Agrawal, and my website is hairlossmumbai.com. So it's a very simple way to understand that it's hair loss. You know, you have hair loss, and if it's Mumbai, it's me. So ultimately, yes, I can take care of it. And yes, I do master myself, and I call myself a master for SMP, because my master class is well open for most of the doctors and aesthetic doctors who can come in and get trained and do this beautiful technology of scalp micropigmentation to achieve what you really have missed probably somewhere, where the density is concerned, or the patients want their fuller head and they feel that there is some issue that they need to still address while the transplant is not addressed them yet. So this is a way to really bridge that gap. So I want to be that bridge.
Great.
Thank you.
So nice to see you. Dr. Avinash, it was such a pleasure to conversate with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, John. I think I would always say that our association that stands true to understanding each other's strengths and weaknesses, though of course we go a long way. And I'm really glad that we are together at this platform and explaining not just your viewers and mine to know that yes, technology can advance, and the advancement in technology is what you need to really maybe upcash or take advantage of. And if you can really take advantage, who better than us, right? Thank you so much. Pleasure. Absolutely. Yeah.